Drones, also known as unmanned aerial vehicles, have reached a high level of technical sophistication.
Most of the ones that are out there on the popular ones are very well made. Good motors, good batteries, good construction materials that are made out of them. They are still a machine, they are still computer-based, and anybody that's ever had a computer not crash on them is kind of fooling themselves as to thinking that a drone is 100% fail-safe.
To minimize flying error and maximize safety, knowledge of regulatory requirements should be number one on your pre-flight check.
Now in Canada, regulations are very simple and somewhat out of date. If you are flying a drone for recreational purposes, we simply require that you fly safe and that you don't fly into clouds. But we don't do a very good job in those regulations of defining what it means to fly safe. If you're flying a drone or a UAV, an unmanned air vehicle, for non-recreational purposes, we need you to get something called a Special Flight Operating Certificate.
Many consumers lack the knowledge of properly flying a drone and knowing the difference between the wrong way and the right way.
The right way is to study the regulations and then practice a lot in a safe place first. Don't just go down to the store and pick one up and then try and fly it right in the middle of downtown. You can get a lot of cool photos and stuff like that, however, just safety-wise, it's not a good idea. So the best thing to do is find a rural setting where you're not around anybody and learn how to fly properly and safely first before you try and attempt anything in an urban setting.
One has to learn and understand the evolving regulations in order to get the green light for takeoff.
Myself, I was self-taught. I read all the rules and regulations, spent a lot of hours poring over all sorts of different documents and stuff like that to kind of figure out what I needed to know for what they call a Special Flight Operating Certificate, which is basically a document from Transport Canada that says they understand that I will abide by the rules and regulations of airspace in Canada, and that I have an understanding of the risk assessments needed in order to be able to fly.
Most importantly, from my point of view, it's the safety challenge. So we can focus on safety issues rather than administrative issues, allowing the industry to grow, but to grow safely.
Despite regulations, there's no doubt that drones will be a common sight in the skies ahead. Flying high for NAIT Newswatch Extra, I'm Cory Sellar.